Good morning to all. I am Rajalakshmi, Assistant Professor in ACE Department. So in this semester, I am going to take the subject of discrete time signal processing for you. So this is your syllabus. So before going to the subject, first we know that what is meant by digital signal processing. So digital signal processing is nothing but the process of signal by the digital system. So DSP is nothing but the process of signal by the digital system. So already we studied signals and system in third semester. So signal is nothing but it carries or convey the information from one place to another place in the variable of time and distance, right, which is called as signal. So the signal may be a voice signal, image signal, or pressure or temperature or anything, any analog value, analog informations. So which is called as signal. So the signal is processed by. So here process is nothing but to create a new signal or modifying a given signal or updating a given input signal. So based on our output, based on applications, we need to change the given input signal with the help of this processing. So here process is nothing but create a signal, to create a new signal based on our applications or modifying the given signal. So our input signal is very low frequency, but in output we need a high frequency signal. So we can change modifying the low frequency signal into high frequency signal and update the signal. That is, two signals are merged. For the output we need a merged signal. So in that case, given input signal is only single input. So for that we have to add one more, update the one more signal. To combine these two signals we get a required output signal. So these are the called as the process. So the process is mainly based on the applying the concept of convolution, correlation and filtering. So these three things is very important in DSP. That is convolution, correlation and filtering. So based on this concept, we have to change the given input signal to record our application oriented signal. Then third point is digital system, because here we are using a system in digital. The given input signal is an analog signal. It may be processed by using a digital system. Because why we used digital system here means, in digital system it requires a low memory and reduced bandwidth, and the operation is very fast. So due to this reason we go with a digital system. So we can simply say that digital signal process is nothing but the processing of signal by the digital system. Is it clear? So this is the plaque diagram of DSP system. So here we considered a microphone, that is our mic. So here I am talking with in a microphone. It delivered in a speaker, that is, the voice is very louder. So here the given input signal is modified, that is amplified with the help of the processing, right? So for that here we are using a analog to digital converter initially, then at that output side we are using a digital to analog converter. So this is the example of DSP used in a MP3 audio player. So here the input analog signal is a recording voice which is converted into digital by using a help of analog to digital converter, that is binary number zeros and one. That is, digital signal is processed by the digital system, that is digital signal processor. Then that processed signal, here process is nothing but maybe a create new signal or modify signal or update signal, that is stored in a memory, and again which convert into DAC, digital to analog. We get the required output signal through this speaker, right? So this is the example of digital signal processor, right? So in our subject, first we have to study the discrete Fourier transform in a first unit. So already we know that transform is nothing but conversion of one domain to another domain. In DFT is nothing but it's a conversion of time domain into frequency domain, which is called as the discrete Fourier transform. So the frequency analysis of discrete time sequence is most conveniently performed on a digital signal processor. So to perform the frequency analysis, the time domain is converted into frequency domain with the help of discrete Fourier transform. We know discrete time Fourier transform. Discrete time Fourier transform. So the difference between DTFD and DFT is, so this is our syllabus. So first unit discrete Fourier transform. So discrete time Fourier transform, there is TTFT and DFT. So the difference between these two is, in DTFT, the time domain discrete time sequence is infinite in continuous and periodic. But in TFT is finite in continuous time sequence and non-periodic. So this is the main difference in DFT and DTFT, but both are in a frequency analysis. To perform a frequency analysis, we have used these two frequency transformations. But DFT is non-periodic and finite in continuous. So digital system is nothing but the continuous time signal is converted into discrete time signal, but the discrete time sequence is infinite number. That infinite number is converted into finite number. We are using a discrete Fourier transform. But the infinite number is DTFD, finite number is DFT. Right? So next topic is fast Fourier transform, which is in a first unit. So fast Fourier transform is nothing but the advanced version of DFT. Both are the same, that is frequency transformation, but it is a advanced. In FFT, we have used to reduce the number of addition and multiplications when compared to DFT. So in DSP, the basic operation is addition, multiplication, division and subtraction with the help of convolution, correlation and filtering. So the number of addition multiplication is reduced by using the FFT algorithm. Right? So these are all the topics we have to see in first unit. Right? So the second unit is filters. Filter, that is in DSP there are two types of digital filter is there. One is FIR filter, another one is IIR filter. FIR is finite impulse response, IIR is infinite impulse response. So this actually the purpose of filter is to reduce the noise, that is to reduce the unwanted signal. So the same concept is here also used. So here we have to separate the given input signal and restore the given input signals. So for example, an audio record made with poor equipment. Sometimes we have to record the voice through mobile phone, lower quality. It may be get a good sound with the help of these filtering methodologies. And another example is some mobile having a pixel is very low. So by using that mobile, we have taken an image with a blurred. So but it's possible to get a clear image with the help of this filtering. So that is the purpose of filtering, to get a required original quality output in a low quality input. With the help of filtering we can achieve this. So these two filters we have discussed in unit 2 and 3. So first unit is discrete Fourier transform and second unit is FIR filter and third unit is IIR filter and fourth unit is finite word length effects. So already I told that sampling is nothing but the conversion of continuous time signal into discrete time signal, but the discrete time signal is infinite, which is converted into finite number of samples with the help of quantizations, right? So that conversion is going to be learned at the fourth unit, finite word length effect. Okay, and last unit is DSP processor. So already we have studied in microprocessor. Likewise, DSP processor, the architecture of DSP, what are the blocks inside the DSP processor, how it will work. So the basic concept of DSP processor is based on these three operations: convolution, correlation, and filtering. Okay, so the advantages of filters is environmental changes, noisy and relatively stable, impedance matching, computational problems, and availability of multiple filtering, variety of shapes, easy transportations. Advantages of DSP is already I told, it's a low memory device, that is it reduces the memory when compared to analog processing, and it reduces the bandwidth, and the speed of operation is very fast, easy operation, and easy storageable. These are the advantages of DSP. Application of DSP: in everywhere we are using a DSP processor in mobile applications, cellular applications, communications, image processing, medical field. So all the fields we have to use DSP. The limitation of DSP, one point is aliasing. That is, most signals are analog in nature. Already we know that, and have to be sampled. For converting analog to digital, we need to sample. So in that time, there is the continuous signal is converted into discrete time signals, that is discrete time samples. So at that time, uh, there is a possibility to lose our informations, because the number of samples converted into less number of samples, so there is a possible to reduce the losses the informations. So we only take the samples of the signals at intervals, so we have to take the particular samples. So in between these samples, what happened we don't know. So that is the limitation in DSP, which point is called as aliasing, right? Second one is frequency resolutions. So here also the same loss of information. We only take the samples of limited period of time. So in that limited that period, the remaining in between the samples, we have losses our frequency resolutions. And third one is quantization error, the same loss of informations. So that's all about the introduction of DSP.